Welcome all, Lazymanracing here, getting you ready for race 15 of the NASCAR Monster Energy Cup Series. We're the 48 car and our next race is at Michigan Speedway, 26 laps for the Firekeepers Casino 400. Now Michigan, a nice small track, should be a lot of fun. As we go on to the standings, we have a quick look before we start the race. Denny Hamlin and Brad Keselowski have 3 wins each. We're the only driver with 2 wins. Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, Chase Elliott, Eric Jones, Tyler Reddick, Kelly LaJoie, not Joey the guy. Those drivers all have 1 win. But in the playoffs, other than these drivers, are Joey Logano, Martin Truex Jr., Kurt Busch, Alex Bowman, Clint Boyer, Daniel Suarez, and Kyle Larson. Currently, drivers that need a few more points to get in are on your bottom right. That's Ryan Blaney, William Byron, Alec Mola, Ryan Newman, and Chris Buescher. If we go to the normal standings, as you can see, there's the top 8. Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch, Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, Kevin Harvick, ourselves, Lazymanracing, 7th, Martin Truex Jr., Chase Elliott, Kurt Busch, and Alex Bowman are your top 10. So, let's get ready for Michigan Speedway. Michigan International Speedway, interesting little track. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a really fun race. So, let's just get the cars unloaded, get the team ready, get the pit crew ready. Yeah, let's just get ourselves prepared for an awesome race, because this is going to be an awful lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope everyone else is as well. There we go, we're at the track now. As you can hear, some cars going out for practice. We're going to skip practice, and we are going to go into qualifying. So, there's our car. Let's get our foot to the floor as we begin our warm-up lap. So we go around turn 1, turn 2, onto the back straight. We gaining speed to 160, 170 mile an hour. I'm going to turn the volume down a tad. That's it. So now we come into turn number 3. Ease it in, 170 mile an hour. I've dropped the wheel below the white line. That's alright, it's no biggie. As we prepare ourselves for our flying lap, and we're putting our foot to the floor so far. Just going to ease it in to this corner, dropping it to 188. Try and drop it a bit further, try and keep the car on the inside. As we come to turn number 2, we power out the corner. Make sure we get up and close to that wall. I've still got a bit of distance there, a good couple of metre. So now we go into turn number 3, and as we turn it in, ease it in, I go a bit wide, 172 mile an hour. I come and bring it down again, 174 mile an hour. I just try and keep the throttle down early as possible. And look, we're 38 seconds, 39. We're not on the pole. We're 21st. Which surprises me. I thought we'd be a lot higher than that. I must admit, I thought we'd be right up there. But we're not. So, them's the breaks, as they say. So let's get ready for the race. So, Michigan International Speedway. I feel good about this race. Let's see if we can get a win out of this. As it's green flag, away we go. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys. We'll start behind Ryan Newman and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Next to us is Buescher, I believe. As we come to turn number 1, I've got the draft. And it's going to be a matter of trying to get the car low. Get the car balanced. That's it. We look down to the inside of the NOS Energy Drink driver. And we're now on the back straight. Try and use the momentum we have out of turn number 2. 6 laps of stage number 1. So let's try and bring it in. Oh, we overcook it and we just go a bit high. We're now looking down to the inside of Tyler Reddick. I go low, I go low, I go seriously low. Unfortunately, I felt Reddick was pushing us down there. I wanted to get that move done as soon as possible and try and get up the field as quickly as possible. So, getting the car a bit loose there, but we're holding it on nice and strong. We're gaining positions at such a rapid rate. We're already looking at the top 10, top 9. So now we ease the car in. We've got great race pace at the moment. Our lap time isn't as competitive as the leaders at the moment, but as we come for our first full flying lap, you can see we're probably going to be on par with them, if not better. 39.6, not bad. So we're catching up the leaders bit by bit. I make a mistake. Eric Jones goes down to my inside. Freaking hell, he came out of nowhere. But with P9, we've got Ricky. Oh, we've got Daniel Suarez giving us a nasty little bump there, helping us out of it, to be honest, to get 8th place into turn number 3. So a feather in the throttle, bit slower than usual, but this is a long race. We've got lots of time to make up these positions, and I've got to remember that this is not a 4-lap sprint. This is a long 13% race, I believe it is. So as we come down, easy car in. Just try and fight Eric Jones. He does us on the outside though. He's got great pace in that DeWalt Toyota Camry. But we get the draft onto the back straight. 2.4 away from the leader. Leaders are starting to get away a bit. As I'm just feathering the throttle bit by bit. And I've now overtaken Eric Jones. And I'm now looking at trying to go the inside of Brad Keselowski in that number 2 car. And we do it! And I'm now 6th place, looking at the top 5 of Kurt Busch, our next victim. Easy car in. Just trying to keep the revs up high, a bit of throttle. And we come out the corner at 177 mile an hour. I keep the car low. And now I'm just looking to overtake that Chevrolet Camaro with the Monster Energy on it. And we are going to come to the final lap of stage number 1. Position number 5 so far. We've got Joey Logano up in front. Now, do we overtake and get the inside? And if we overtake him, we lose the inside line on the restart. But we go on the last lap, and I just breezed past. Piss easy. So now, slow the car down. I went a bit slow there. And now we have Joey. Eric Jones gives us a bump. Puts me offline. We're fighting with Joey Logano on our outside, and on our inside is Eric Jones as we're 3 wide into turn number 3. So I'm quiet. I'm trying to work out what to do in this situation because now I'm losing positions. I'll hit Kurt Busch. I get the draft, but unfortunately it's going to be 7th place as we lose out to 6th by a nose. So we lose a couple of points there, which is a bit of unlucky. Very unfortunate, but long race, and we got the inside line for the restart, which was important. So as we look to get stage number 2 started. So cars are all lined up. I'm preparing myself. I'm going to be next to Brad Keselowski in the number 2 car. As we put our foot to the floor and try and get the best restart possible. Brad's on our outside, we squeeze him a bit because I want to try and get the draft off Kurt when we get up to speed. But I'll probably have a look to overtake him as soon as possible. And keeping the car low, 171, 172, getting the draft off him. There we go, we've got the draft. Now we're position number 6. Now we're looking at position number 5 as we're 3 wide onto the entrance of turn number 3. Going very aggressive at this first part of stage number 2. 7 laps of stage number 2. And we're position 4. We're trying to go underneath Larson. It's not a smart move. We should get the draft, give him the push. As Martin Truex Jr. is on our outside. Kyle Larson in front. And we're giving him a nudge. Can we ease it into turn number 1? Oh, we're 3 wide still. And I lose out to Kyle Larson, and Truex Jr. goes round the outside. Kurt Busch is now hunted us down. He nearly overtakes. Alex Bowman, our teammate, is right behind him in position number 6. As we come back into the corner, feathering the throttle. We're 3 wide. Larson up top. Truex I give him a little rub there. Those guys have a lot more momentum on the outside of the track, and I'm questioning whether to copy it. Our teammate Alex Bowman is now right behind us. As I do have a look and try and go down the outside. but unfortunately I just can't carry the speed as well as they do, and Alex Bowman now overtakes us. I get the rub from him, I rub him a bit and he gets a bit unstable. I swing to the inside of the car and no, it doesn't quite work. I thought I had momentum. I give him a nudge because the screen's jittered a bit. Oh, we're losing. That's cool. Never ever hit your teammate if possible, and unfortunately that screen just froze for a second. I into turn number 3 and that created a very messy situation. We're now in position 8 bit from it. So now I've got to try and gain the positions that I just lost from all that. But we're 3 wide on the back straight between Joey Logano and Daniel Suarez. 2 Ford Mustangs. Our Chevrolet Camaro trying to hold it. Clint's now joining. I've given a nudge to Daniel Suarez as I understeer a bit. You question whether this is part of the damage. Daniel Suarez giving us a little help from behind. Now, let's see if we can get turn number 1 correctly. 170 mile an hour. Turn number 2. Try and get the throttle down. That's it. Nice and smooth. In position number 9. Just trying to keep this top 10 position. Try and get some stage points at the end of stage number 2. We ease it in. I ease it a bit too. I decided to try and join Joe Logano and it doesn't work, unfortunately. Because Daniel Suarez and Clint Boyer get in front of us. So now I'm using the draft from both of them to try and overtake into turn number 1 as we are on the penultimate lap of stage number 2. I'm going to have a quick look at the damage, but I don't have the time to look at it. 93% aero, damage front, 79, 78% of tyre life left on our right side. I'm now going to the inside of Kyle Busch and Daniel Suarez. It's turned into a really difficult race now. I've had high hopes coming into here as we're side by side with that Toyota, and we are going to go across the line onto the last lap of stage number 2. Daniel Suarez gives us a bump. We are currently 8 tenths of a second off our fastest lap. Got to have a look how many laps are left, whether we do take a pit stop to try and recover some of this damage. It's made this such a difficult race, and I'm trying to fight just for one singular point from stage number 2 as we come to the final corners. I go high, 180 mile an hour, I lose it, and Kyle Busch gives us a nudge to help us out. He can't overtake us now, and we do keep that one singular point for stage number 2. No crew chief, that wasn't worth a couple of points, that was worth 1. So now I'm going to take an almighty bold risk. I am going to pit. I've done this a few times and it's worked, and I'm hoping this works again, because we're losing 8 tenths of a second each lap. That's 1 second nearly every single lap. So now with the tyre drop off, you hope that the other cars get affected, but I know the AI isn't that clever at times, so let's see what we can do. As I'm now behind Darrell Wallace Jr., let's try and get the draft, if at the end of the day, got a few stage points from all this, so let's look at the positives. Go below the yellow line just to make the overtakes a bit quicker. I haven't got the laps to kind of get back at this. 9 laps remaining. We've gained 6 cars, 7 cars, 8 cars. As I am taking stupid risks, and I'm probably not going by NASCAR ruling, but you see the speed I've got is incredible, and I'm making sure I use it to my full advantage. I have 8 laps remaining of the final leg of this race as we go 4 wide into turn number 1. I'm a bit loose, but I hold it, and that was a mighty scary moment. You shouldn't go 4 wide at many racetracks, and this is not one of the ones you should be going 4 wide at, because that's asking for an accident, but I need to make these positions up quickly. It's do or die, really. In terms of, I need points, and I need another win for, well, I just would feel comfortable having another win to make sure that these playoffs go as well as possible. 39.5, our lap time. So 170, we give a nudge from Austin Dillon in that Richard Childress Racing number 3. William Byron, our teammate for Rick Hendrick, up in front. We're now looking at a top 15. Once we overtake Tyler Reddick, I go a bit wide. I carry too much speed into that corner. Side by side with Kevin Harvick at the moment. So 180 mile an hour down the front straight. 39.8 lap time. So we've got some good pace, but are we dropping off by the time we get to these leaders? It's a 3.4 second gap. We look at Chase Elliott, our teammate, in 14th. We are now 15th in front of Tyler Reddick in that 31 car. As we come down to stay into turn number 3, I have a cheeky look into the inside of Tift and Brad Keselowski. So we're now 12th position with 5 laps remaining. So 5 laps remaining. I've got great pace with 3.2 second gap between us and the leader. I'm still looking at trying winning this race. I really want to win this race. This would be a great race to win, but are we maybe a bit too late to the party? We'll have to find out, as I've got a bit of a gap to Kyle Busch, about a 0.7 gap. As I decide, I'm going to pick up my pace now, pull my finger out, try and get these last 10 cars. Last 11 cars, my apologies. As we go 191, 193 mile an hour, we lost a bit of time that lap. We come into turn number 1, hot as anything. We now go to the inside, Daniel Suarez and Kyle Busch. It's 3 wide on the back straight. Out of turn number 2. Suarez gets in front of me and Kyle, but I overtake Suarez by turn 3. We're now feathering the throttle. We are now looking at a top 10 finish with 4 laps remaining. No, we've got 3 laps remaining. Goodness, this race has gone quick. This race has gone so quick. And like I say, we've got a top 10 finish now, if all stays well. But part of me hopes for a caution, try and get some overtime and try and be able to catch some of these cars as I'm on the fresher tyres. But I don't think it's going to happen. Turn 3. Dive it in. See Kyle Larson still on that outside line. He's able to make that work so well. I've tried it. I can't make it work. But I get the draft off him now as we go down the front straight. 2 laps remaining when we cross the line with 39.666. As I ease the car down, I have a look at Kurt Busch. I give him a nudge. Getting the draft. I think I've overtaken Kyle Larson by a massive margin, and as long as he don't come back me at the straight, we're happy days. As we overtake Kurt Busch because we have the extra speed from that corner. Now going to 8th position, looking at the inside, Joey Logano and Clint Boyers up in front in position 6 as we claim position number 7. Kurt Busch is now going to help us out as we do go onto the final lap of the race. Whatever happens now, this will be it. This will be the position. This will be the end of the race, whether it be caution or whatever. As I'm now looking at the inside Clint Boyer, I lost a massive amount of speed because I went too nervous. I've got to be confident if I want that position. I ain't going to get a top 5, but Kurt Busch will help me to get a top 6. And there we go. 170 mile an hour. Clint's giving us a bump. We're 3.1 seconds away from the leader. So even though I had the fresh tyres, I wasn't able to gain that gap. And as we come across the line in position number 6. Some heavy moments there. The 4 wide, for example, into turn 1. Whoop! Very exciting racing. So let's have a look who won that race. It was Denny Hamlin, and I don't see a flag on any other, so he looks like he had an absolute dominant run, winning stage 1, stage 2 and the outright victory by 8/10 of a second of our teammates Alex Bowman. 3rd place Martin Truex Jr., 4th place Ryan Blaney, 5th place Eric Jones, 6th place ourselves Lazymanracing, and 7th place Clint Boyer, 8th place Kurt Busch, 9th place Joe Logano, and 10th place Kyle Larson. So let's look at the points. In the point standings, Denny Hamlin goes 4 wins. Absolute dominant season this season. 2nd place Kyle Busch, 3rd Brad Keselowski, 4th Martin Truex Jr., 5th place Joe Logano. 7 points behind is ourselves in 6th place. Lazymanracing in the 48 car. 7th place Kevin Harvick, 8th place Kurt Busch, 9th place Alex Bowman, and 10th place our teammate as well, Chase Elliott. So let's go back and have a look at the playoff standings. We got the fastest lap. That's a win. So let's go back and have a look at the next race. So just loading in the title screen, let's have a watch and see where our next race will be held for race 16 of the championship. We are getting to the halfway point of this season. Sonoma Raceway, our first road course. That should be really interesting. The Toyota, the Save Mart Company's 350. So let's have a look at the playoff standings at the moment. So first place is Denny Hamlin with 4 wins. He's dominating this season so well. I bet you he's going to be in the final 4 for the championship. 2nd place Brad Keselowski, 3rd place Lazymanracing, 4th Kyle Busch, 5th Kevin Harvick, 6th place Chase Elliott, 7th Eric Jones, 8th place Tyler Reddick, 9th place Corey LaJoie, 10th Martin Truex Jr. without a win, then Joey Logano, Kurt Busch, Alex Bowman, Clint Boyer and Kyle Larson, and finally the final person in the playoffs at the current time is Daniel Suarez. Hope you enjoyed today's race, this broadcast here on Lazymanracing channel for YouTube. Remember to subscribe to keep track of all the many races that will be held across this season. Until then, see you next race.